What's going on, sports fans? I truly believe that NBA teams are going to regret not drafting Bol Bol. I'll explain why in a second, but right now, I want to know whether you agree or disagree. Leave a comment right now letting me know what your take is on Bol Bol being drafted number 44 in the draft. Okay, so let me get right into why I think a lot of teams are going to look back on this draft and regret not drafting Bol Bol, letting him slip right through their fingertips. The main reason is because this kid is too talented. And he has so much potential. And as a big man, his offensive skill set is insane. It's one of the best assets that he brings to the table for a lot of NBA teams. Now, here's the thing. Nobody expected this kid to be drafted high. We didn't expect him to be 1 through 5. We probably didn't even expect him to go top 10. But I don't think anybody either expected him to drop all the way down to 44. That's utterly insane. The NBA themselves didn't even think that this kid would make it out of the first round. Otherwise, why would they extend him an invitation to the green room if they knew he was going to sit there hour after hour after hour until his name was called? That's just cruel and unusual punishment. And I don't think the NBA wanted to see that happen to that kid. It just so happened that every team just decided that, hey, we're going to pass up on Bol Bol. But let me stop right here. I already know what you're thinking. You're thinking, hey, these teams had a good reason not to draft Bol Bol. And you're right. The main 3 reasons why a lot of teams passed up on him is due to the fact that they said he's too immature, meaning that they don't really know whether or not he takes the game of basketball seriously. Secondly, they have concerns about his health and whether or not he's going to be injury prone. And then the third reason is they look at his lean frame and they look at all of those big bodies in the league and they're wondering whether or not he's going to be able to bang with the big boys. All 3 are valid reasons. To me, the main one is that injury proneness. I get it. Nobody wants to draft a big man with a foot injury or any type of prolonging injury that could keep him off of the floor and not bringing impact to your team. So I get it. It makes sense. All 3 of those arguments are great. They all make sense, right? Yes, they do. But here's what doesn't make sense. Drafting the kid at 44. Come on, you guys. So many of these teams have multiple picks. They could have easily taken a risk on Bol Bol and looked at his potential and said, hey, maybe there are some questions about this kid, but ultimately when we look at his ceiling, what he has the potential to be, we can't pass that up. And thankfully, there was one team who saw past what everybody else was unwilling to look past. And that's the Denver Nuggets. And here's the silver lining in all of this. I'm really glad that the Denver Nuggets were the team that drafted Bol Bol. Having to sit there and endure the pain of not hearing your name called after seeing 43 other people go before you, many of who you're probably better than on your best day. It sucks. It hurts. I acknowledge that, and I feel for my man Bol Bol for having to experience that. But I think that this experience is also going to make him stronger. But let me get back to what's most important, the Denver Nuggets, and why I truly believe they're the right team to draft him. They have a proven track record of not just drafting young, talented players that other people pass up in the draft, but they take their health seriously. They work with these kids to get back healthy. They help them to develop their skills, develop them, get them back on that floor, and showcasing the skills that they have. And I truly believe that's what's going to happen with Bol Bol. The Denver Nuggets are not going to rush him back out to the floor, similar to how they did Michael Porter Jr. They're going to let Bol Bol get healed, get ready, develop his skills, and then bring him back at the right time to showcase his abilities to the rest of the league and put them on notice of the biggest mistake they made, which was passing up on him in the draft. But here's the thing. With all of that being said, I still do not believe that the Denver Nuggets are going to be the team that Bol Bol is going to be great on. I think that it's going to be the perfect situation in the short term, but in the long term, he is going to find his way back to one of those teams who passed up on him in the draft, and that is where he will be great. Everybody knows that the Denver Nuggets already have their star player, especially their star center. They don't need Bol Bol to be their next star, but they will allow him to come off the bench, develop his skills, and showcase to the league the asset that he is so that they can one day trade him to the right team that he will be able to go over and perform on. To me, it's a win-win for both Bol Bol and the Nuggets. The Nuggets, they may play the long game, but I think it's ultimately the smart game. But we'll see how it all turns out. So with all that being said, I want to make it clear. I truly believe that Bol Bol is a very talented player who has the potential to be great in this league. I'm in complete agreement with Shaquille O'Neal on that fact. But however, there is one thing that Shaq said that I don't agree with. I don't agree that he should have been drafted before Zion Williamson. No, Bol Bol didn't deserve to drop to 44, but at the same time, he didn't deserve to be number 1 either. Alright, so you've heard me speak my piece on this topic. Now I want you to speak your piece and let me know, What do you think about Bol Bol and his potential? Do you think he'll be great in this league one day? Do you think he should have been drafted number 44? And most importantly, the question of this video, do you think many teams are going to regret not drafting Bol Bol in this year's draft? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, whether you agree or disagree. I want to know what your take is. Go ahead, speak your piece right now. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more great content just like this. Until next time, get in those comment sections and speak your piece.